I really believe that in the short term, disappointment can be positive. Now, in the long term, disappointment can have devastating consequences. Disappointment can lead to despair and it can lead to doubt. It can lead to discouragement, and eventually it can lead to depression. I've been in each one of those places. But I want you to listen to the words of Thoreau, as in Henry David Thoreau. I want you to listen closely to Thoreau. He said, if we will be quiet and ready, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. I need to say that again. If we will be quiet and ready, we shall find compensation in every single disappointment. Those are powerful words. Now, to no one's surprise, and many of you know this, Thoreau was mentored by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said on one occasion, an opportunity missed is an opportunity lost. I want you to put these two quotes together. First, Thoreau, if when facing disappointment, we will be quiet and ready, we will find compensation. Now, Emerson, if we quiet ourselves, that opportunity that we'll find in the midst of disappointment will present itself. If we're not ready, it's lost. It's completely lost. So I want you to think about this for just a moment. How can how can disappointment help me in the short term? How in the world, Rick, can I benefit from it? Think about this. Disappointment forces you to think over and over and over again about what happened. It's forcing you to face that reality. You begin to evaluate, well, if I would have said this, or if I would have done that. You're constantly replaying it. I was really disappointed by something in just the last week. I must have replayed the scenario 25 times in my mind. Guess what I came up with? Because of all that evaluation, I asked myself some very basic questions. Rick, were you true to yourself? Yes. Were you true to your values? Yes. Did you accomplish your purpose? Yes. Did you do the very best that you possibly could? Yes. Without the pain of going through those tapes in my mind over and over and over again, I would have completely lost perspective. But because I forced myself to just continue to reevaluate things, I regained a brand new perspective. So here's the action step that third grade dropout tried to teach me years ago, and I'm just now getting it. When disappointment hits, look for opportunity. I'm gonna say it again. When disappointment hits, look for opportunity. That's the last thing we do. And if we're not careful, we won't look for opportunity. We'll stay in disappointment land. Friends, I have built houses in disappointment land. I have condos at Disappointment Village. I mean, it starts as simple as this. I'm disappointed that the movie I wanted to see is no longer in town. I'm disappointed that the table I wanted at the restaurant is not available. I am so disappointed that I can't find a parking space at this mall. How do they expect me to shop? I can't find a parking space. I'm so disappointed. Think about that. Just think about what that does to your brain. Think about how that informs your heart if you're constantly living over and over in disappointment land. Instead, listen again. Listen to the words of Thoreau again. If we'll be quiet, disappointment hits. It hits. If we'll be quiet and if we'll be ready, we'll find compensation in every single disappointment. Ready? Here it is. Here's the model. This is what I want you to start practicing. Disappointment strikes. First question you ask yourself is this. Okay, I'm not happy here, but where's the opportunity? There's got to be an opportunity somewhere. I'm going to quiet myself. I'm going to ask myself, where's the opportunity? Thoreau said, there's compensation in every single disappointment. His mentor, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said, an opportunity missed is an opportunity lost. I'm going through this disappointment. I can't change that. I'm going through it. But if I keep evaluating, maybe I'll find the opportunity. The worst disappointment in my life was losing my wife, Trina, 21 years ago. But guess what? Even though I couldn't see opportunity then, 21 years later, I have the opportunity tonight to talk to you. Years later, I have the opportunity to encourage people, to offer hope. You see, the real question isn't, do you have to wait 21 years or 21 months or 21 days? The real question that we ought to ask ourselves is, every day, are we using disappointment to help shape us, to help encourage us, to challenge our thinking? Are we using disappointment to prepare ourselves for the opportunity so that we're ready when it comes? Remember Thoreau's words? That if we're quiet and if we're ready, we'll find compensation. I want you to start looking at disappointment in a very different way starting tonight. The next time that disappointment strikes, just like the third grade dropout taught me, you look at the disappointment long enough to play it in your mind over and over and over. You're evaluating what you could have done differently, what you did, what you said. The first thing you need to do after you evaluate is ask yourself, did you do the best job you possibly could? Were you true to yourself? Did you fulfill your purpose? Did you stay true to what you wanted to do? Did you honestly stay so committed to your values or whatever it was that against all odds you chose to be true and right? Did you do that? Did you do your best? That's the first thing I want you to do. Then ask yourself, okay, where's the opportunity here? Where is the opportunity? I didn't see opportunity 21 years ago, but I'm speaking to you tonight. There will always, always, always be an opportunity presented in every single disappointing situation. The question is, will you be quiet enough and ready enough to receive it, to learn from it, to grow from it, and to hopefully someday help others by it?